Okay, here we go again. Continuing on. We left off, I was talking about these cami blouse, the pockets, and what I got in them. So I went ahead and I stuffed the ditty bag back in there, stuffed the earplugs back in there. These are lanyarded off, alright? So, oh, and in that ditty bag is obviously a pencil for my Write in the Rain book, okay? Now, last item I've got in this pocket is a whistle. This is a storm whistle. It looks quite large. It's larger than your Fox 40 and the Jet Scream and others, right? But it's also louder. So this is very, very loud. Runs around 130 decibels. And you don't have to worry about water with it either, okay? So it's a bit loud, or it's a bit large, but it's loud, okay? So if you get into a firefight and you need to direct fire by whistle blows, okay? You know, not everybody's going to have a headset, right? With the Vox and so on. Not everybody can afford that stuff. You need to get back to more primitive, old school methods in some cases. You can direct fire with whistle blows, okay? So just remember that. Even if you have electronics right now, if something happens to them, you'd still need a way to direct fire, right? So you better have yourself a good whistle. And that storm whistle there is what I recommend. I've got a whole box of them. Got them to sell. But I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm here to help you. Alright? So let's go ahead and secure that pocket there. And we'll move on to the next one. Now, over here on this pocket, you will see that my paste beads are attached. Now my paste beads, I like to have them in the center area here. Some people like to put them up here high around the neck, because if you're wading through water or what have you, you know. But to me, I mean, paste beads, it doesn't matter if they get soaked or not, right? Because they're made of some form of plastic with some kind of paracord or what have you. You know, I mean, people make their own. Just make it to where it's not going to rot, right? So anyway, these paste beads here, this is a good set. You get these from Ranger's Joe, right? Ranger Joe. Yeah, Ranger Joe. So anyway, this is where I keep my compass, okay? So my main compass, I keep it here. And right now I've got it in its compass pouch. But when I actually use it, it goes around my neck, okay? Alright, so it goes around my neck. As you can see, I also have my my map around my neck, right? But the thing is, I put this around my neck. You want it just big enough to where you can get it over you, right? But not too big, because you don't want it falling off. If you flew off the side of a hill and you rolled down the hill, you don't want to lose your compass, right? So anyway, you want it just, your loop just big enough, okay? And then you could just drop it into your pouch here, your pocket, right? When you're not using it, you just drop it in there and you're good. Now, that's why I generally will just keep this pouch unbuttoned right here, and I'll keep the compass in there. I might keep something else in there, but you know, I have the lanyard set up here also, just like this one you see in the other video. So in this one, I've got my paste beads here on the side part of the lanyard keeper, okay, and then over here it just goes and they're segmented, and then it's double sewn on each corner. So I've sewn twice, 2 independent sewings with Coats extra heavy duty upholstery thread, right? So, but anyway, if I want to put anything else in there, I can. Alright, I can put something else in there if I want to. But most of the time, this is just for my compass, and I got my paste beads over here. So, now what I've done on this blouse is I went ahead and I sewed a bit of paracord here with a loop on it, so if I wanted to attach something here for some weird reason, I got that, and I don't have to mess with any of my buttonholes, right? So I don't like trying to get the button through the buttonhole if I have extra crap tied off to it. It gets to be annoying, right? So if I don't want to do that, there you go. Now, since we've loosely put on our belt kit, right? And I've got my map down in here, right? So, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my compass underneath my map lanyard, alright? That'll go down in there. Now why that is so I can get this map out here and mess with it, and I don't have to be messing around getting tied up in the compass, right? So anyway, there you go. You could also, another option is if you are wearing the suspenders on your regular rigger's belt, you can go ahead and girth hitch this cord to that suspender, okay? Now, why do I do this rather than have it in another pocket or something? Well, it's because when I put this on, when I put that on, it ain't falling out the bottom. So I go ahead, I can pop this out, check my map, get my compass out. I got a dry erase in here. I've got a little protractor, a special protractor that I use with another compass. I've got 4 compasses on me, okay? And we'll go through all that later. But anyway, I don't just keep one compass on me. I got a regular compass that I'm going to use all the time, and then which is the U.S. military Comega compass. And then I got the backup global compass, a lightweight one over here, which I can deal with on the map as well quickly. And then I got a couple of backup compasses, right? And one of those backup compasses is super accurate, and if I have to move at night, it's within 1 degree accuracy. So I've got that, and it obviously it's tritium, right? So I keep that in my belt kit. Alright, so that goes down in there. Okay, so that's down in there. Just tuck it away, you know. A lot of times I don't have this buttoned all the way up unless it's super thick. You know, if it's super thick wherever I am, then I might button it up just because I don't want nothing crawling on down in there. Alright. So anyway, depends on how many times you have to access your map. Right? If you feel like you really need to access your map a lot, you can have this unbuttoned a bit and just keep on with it, you know. one thing about this whole Minuteman series is what we got to remember. What we have got to remember is that we are our own logistical support. We are our own resupply. We have to rely on ourselves for doggone near everything. All right, that's what we got to remember. We got to remember that we cannot rely. We cannot be relying on other people. I would say 80 to 95% of the time, right? Most of the time, actually. But anyway, so now I've got my belt kit on. All right, this is a belt kit I'm working on. There's not much in it right now. It's not populated like it should be, but it will be, right? There is a full medical kit here, which I will go into. Now, the way this med kit here, this blowout pouch, the way this would set up is the way that I prefer it to be set up. My opinion, right? Paramedics out there may disagree with me, but you know, a medic's opinion may differ from mine, but this is the way that I like this set up. I think it makes more sense than some of the others, but we'll get into that later. So anyway, this has the full medical blowout pouch on it right now. It's ready to go. So here's a power bar pouch, and then I got a GP pouch here. This GP pouch, since I will be getting into it occasionally, possibly in a non-permissive environment, that Velcro is going to go away, right? I don't like that. I really don't like Velcro on tactical kit because it makes noise and it hooks on things, and it, eventually it tears up material because, it's just slowly killing your other material by micro tears. It's tearing it apart on a microscopic level. So this particular belt kit is going to have this butt pack on it. Check my time. This butt pack will go on the back, and I have to make some more adapters. So I've got these Pals webbing, Pals Molly to Alice adapters that I designed, and I make them for myself. Anyway, goes through there like that. Okay, and then this other side here goes on the Pals webbing. And then I've got a method. I've come up with actually what I think is the perfect method of attaching them with paracord. It's been a few trial and errors, but I've got it down to the wire now. So anyway, got to make some more of those in the next few days. And then this butt pack will go on here. But this is M81. So if you guys have been following along, I made a Tiger Stripe 1000 denier butt pack cover, right? And I'm going to attach this in a certain way, and I'll go from there. I'll show you all that too when I get to that point. Man, we just run out of time all the time. Come back in another video. See you there.